Hey guys, tomorrow you're going to take this test that's called Passport for Learning Assessment. This is something new this year. We didn't take this assessment last year. The reason why they're really giving it is because of what happened with COVID this past year. And the test is supposed to determine what you learned in sixth grade in terms of reading and mathematics. So there's 30 to 40 questions on your math test tomorrow, this Passport for Learning test, and there's no time limit. We're just trying to see what you know from last year, what you learned. Now, before we take the Passport for Learning or an NC check-in or the EOG, everyone is required to watch the tutorial video and complete the tutorial. The video is 14 minutes long. I know it's long. I know it's a little bit painful, but I want you to pay attention. Every year as a teacher, I watch it to see if there's any changes, to make sure I know what it's going to look like on the test. This tutorial, this one tutorial, prepares you for 3 tests. It prepares you for the Passport for Learning test that you're taking tomorrow. It prepares you for the NC check-ins. You're supposed to be taking 2 of those later this year. So they're like benchmarks. And it also is supposed to prepare you to take the EOG. So it says down here, click the link and then click the here button to access the video. So it says tutorial video and tutorial login link. So there's one link and you go here and the first thing you do is you click here. You may watch the desktop tutorial video here. Or if you're watching on a tablet, you would click here. So if you have like an iPad or something you're watching it on, click here. Most of you are going to be watching it on your Chromebook. So we'll click here. Okay, so it's a little over 14 minutes.
Welcome
but you watch
to an overview of the NC test.
You watch your 14-minute video and it talks to you about all of the tools that you're going to be using. And then once you've watched the video, this is the tutorial login. So you're going to choose a test. Now you're in 7th grade, so you're going to choose grade 6 to 7 reading and math tutorial. This is the same tutorial for math and for reading. So you might have already done this tutorial. You might have already watched this video for reading. So you don't have to do it twice, but it also doesn't hurt to do it twice. Sometimes you catch things you didn't catch the first time. We really want to be prepared for these tests. All right, so once you click the test, all you do is click login, and then your name will appear here, your student ID underneath that, and then the school. So you check and make sure that's correct. And then there's going to be a pop-up, and you're going to check and make sure that everything in this box is correct. And then you will start taking your tutorial. What's really very important here is that when you're taking this, you have to know how to use these tools. For example, the flag tool is vital. When you get to a question on the test where you're just stuck, you shouldn't just spend 10, 15 minutes on it being stuck. You should flag it, move on to the next problem, and then, answer the next one. And then at the end, you can review and look back at the questions, the ones that you had a flagged. See, when it flags, it has a little question mark here. So you can tell that's something you need to go back to. And then if you have time, you go back to that one and then try to figure out. If you still can't figure it out, just select an answer. Because if you don't select an answer, it's just going to mark you wrong anyways. So you might as well take a guess if you really don't know. And then you review and make sure you've answered all of the questions. There'll be a little like star here if you've answered it. So it's very important that you pay attention to the tutorial video and you take this tutorial seriously so that you're prepared for your Passport for Learning test tomorrow. Okay, so let's say that we're finished. It's going to look like this, and you're going to continue to the calculator part. Okay, look up here for the calculator in the top right-hand corner, and a calculator will pop up. If you're allowed to use a calculator, there'll be a calculator here. If you're not allowed to use a calculator, there won't be a calculator there. All right, and I think that's everything that I need to tell you for the math assessment. And then when you press end test, you're gonna have to press it twice. And then you can click exit, and then you can sign back into your Chromebook like you normally would. to work on whatever you're going to work on for that day.